Excellent. Welcome to Biff's Almanac. I'm continuing the fantasy series part two. So again, want to offer my appreciation for subscribers. I was going to say new subscribers, but you're all new subscribers. I started this just a few days ago, so I'm pretty fresh at recording live, but we're gonna do our best here. And one thing I felt really confident about was this fantasy. So I'm gonna uh, take you through sort of my fantasy story. You probably saw part one. Yeah, go ahead and check part one if you haven't, and you can see some of the background. I've had some pretty good success with fantasy, ending up winning my division every year. And I won the title in 2024 at the end of the 2023-2024 season. I did take it all. I was very dominant that year and actually went 18-3. The year after, I did finish second. I believe I was like 13-8, I want to say, and which is my same record right now. I'm 13-7, and we're entering the last week of regular season. So the playoffs are right around the corner. So you probably want to get some pickups if you're going to be going into the playoffs. If you need new players, I know for me, those second placers were usually from goalie mishaps. I had either didn't have enough goalies or sat them in the wrong way and or didn't play them. So yeah, so one thing about goalies is, or actually my big thing is finding guys who are overlooked, finding those players that are just doing awesome, and people kind of dump them or discard them, and or they're always going for the big names, right? But the NHL, the proliferation of talent has definitely increased over the years. And so you can find some good guys out there that get overlooked pretty easily. I love this guy here, right here, Pekka Luukkonen. Sorry, Luukkonen. I keep messing up his name. But yeah, you're looking at Luukkonen, which I'm thinking might be considered the backup goalie. It looks like what the Sabres are doing is they're going to be alternating goalies, maybe from here on out, and it seems to be working really well for them. I think Luukkonen is awesome. Just get this guy on the ice, get him some defense. This guy's going to rock. I discovered Luukkonen at the end of the 2023 season in 2024, probably about the same time in early March, and I believe he sent me into the playoffs. He just went on fire. And he was going in plus games every game, at least like 5 points. So ever since that 2024 stretch toward the end, toward the playoffs, of course the Sabres didn't make the playoffs. They were probably too far out by then, but he was still doing awesome. He was getting that ice time, and he was basically showing what he's made of. Here you can see right here, that's pretty good. He's still above 900. He's got 15 wins. We'll look at that kind of differential there. I think he's like 15-5 or something like that. And yeah, look at what he's done recently. He had a stretch here. Look at that save percentage. Really awesome. He had a crazy game with Tampa Bay, 8-7. You don't see that too often in hockey. It's almost like a football score, but it is Tampa Bay, and it looks like everybody just went nuclear on that one. But yeah, he had this excellent stretch where he was getting about 7 points per game. I'll show you that clip from my fantasy page. Oh yeah, I highlighted this here, shots against. Looks like he was taking some heat. Yeah, in the last few years, and that's almost in descending order. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at what we got here. So his win-loss record. Yeah, so 2024 is when he was getting all those wins. Yeah, last year, again, over 20 wins, about 500 there. And where is he this year? Yeah, he's 15-7 this year. So that's a lot better than what he's been doing before. Under 3 for goals against average, and over 900 for his save percentage. Yeah, he just comes to life at this time. I'd like to show you that clip from my fantasy. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah, here it is right here. So minus that Tampa Bay game that just got crazy. He had a stretch of over 7 points in 3 consecutive starts. So again, like I was saying, is it looks like they're alternating with him and Lyon, and Lyon's been doing awesome too. Somebody probably picked him up. but you may get away with it. You might be able to pick up Alex Lyon. He's been solid. He came over from the Red Wings, and he's just doing a really good job over there. Let's get over here. So yeah, that's my kind of take on Luukkonen. He might be one of those sleeper goalies. If you need to pick up someone, you can go ahead and pick him up. I think he just gets on fire this time of year. He's done it before. He just sees the puck really well, and he's just on it, you know. So on top of that, we could probably talk a little bit more about the Sabres. Let's see if I can open my prediction market. The Sabres are very interesting right now. I'm going to pause it real quick, and I'm going to get you over to the futures for hockey. Yes, excellent. So I brought you over to this is my Robinhood. I usually trade on Robinhood. It's been really good. So with Buffalo, you have something very interesting because they've been climbing up, and they're in first place in their division. And right here, you're looking at the future bet for the Eastern Conference Finals, right? So that's kind of like the semifinals, right before the Stanley Cup. And you look at Buffalo, they're at 15 cents right now. So you can get excellent odds by jumping in on Buffalo. I highly recommend it because the way this team is going is, I love their goalies. I'm a big Luukkonen fan for, starting for what he's done for my fantasy team going back to 2024, and he's still looking good, right? And I like the fact that he's from Finland. Finland produces excellent goalies. They have a good history of goalies. If you saw the Olympics, you might have saw Jussi Saros. I think he did just amazing against Team Canada. Finland lost mainly because their forecheck was just absent. They had like no forecheck in that game. And Team Canada spent almost the entire third period in the offensive zone, right? Hacking away at Finland and just beating up on Saros. And actually, I think there was a couple missed shots in that one too as well. Kind of like the Canada versus USA game. Canada was just missing some wide open shots. So yeah, Saros did awesome in that game. So yeah, Finland. I'm thinking of like Tuukka Rask, off the top. Oh, Corpusalo. Yeah, these guys they have a tendency to produce solid goaltenders, and I really like Luukkonen. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's a big guy too. I think I showed you. We didn't really spend time on that, but yeah, 6'5", 223. NHL goalies. It looks like they typically like to go for guys, for like almost like 6'3" and above, even 6'2". Yeah, probably 6'2" and above. They get those big guys, so they're usually more reliable in net. But yeah, so let me just give you an idea. Do I have dates here? Yeah, you can see how Buffalo's odds have climbed. Look how static it stayed there for last fall. Then it went down. How interesting. And then, yeah, in the past few months, they went from 3 cents from December 31st to 5 cents in January. Looks like they dipped a little bit. Yeah, kind of floating around 4 and 5. And then, boom, we're going to get to 6. Look at how much they've climbed here. Boom, 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 boom. February 7, 8. I think like a week ago was like, okay, March 3rd. Yeah, 10 cents. Let's see, we're at March 11th. Yeah, so they were like 9 cents, 9 and 10. Now they're sitting at 15. I would do it. Put in what is, you always want to use risk management. But the cool thing about futures markets is it's like a trade. So you could always, you can jump out before the game if you need to. I think it's going to continue to go up. You're getting excellent odds there at 15 cents with a team that looks almost unbeatable right now. And part of that is their morale is so excellent. They've got excellent morale, and they've got these guys. It's like a team of sleepers of these guys that really you haven't heard about who are just playing awesome. I'll continue a little bit on the next video. Let me go ahead and sign you off there. But yeah, those are some tips. You can call it Sabremetrics. That was pretty lame, but for stats nerds, you might know what Sabremetrics are. But I'll probably put that in there because I'm terrible with puns. But yeah, those are some insights for Buffalo. Buffalo is super fascinating right now. I myself, I love those sleepers, those kind of dark horses, and just love to see them shine and do awesome. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video.